Today we are going to conduct the practical, which is based on content beyond syllabus. So I think you all are aware about the job scheduling algorithm, right? In that we are going to implement first come first serve job scheduling algorithm. So the today's session must be interactive as you know about the job scheduling algorithm, right? So write down in chat box what is meant by job scheduling. Be interactive and post your answers in chat box. What is meant by job scheduling? Okay, no one. Have you heard about FCFS job scheduling?
Ma'am, it is the process. It is a process of allocating system resources to many different tasks.
Okay, then what about FCFS? First come first serve job scheduling.
Yes.
So what is meant by FCFS? Tell me the working of FCFS. Don't mention the long form only. Tell me about the working of FCFS.
A process which comes first in the execution, it will execute first.
Okay. What will be the waiting time for the first allocated process?
0.
0. And what about last?
It will be addition of all the execution time of all processes.
Okay. Then what is mean by waiting time?
A time which required to come process for the execution as waiting time.
What about others? Write down your answers in chat box. Do not copy paste it from internet. What is mean by waiting time? Be interactive. Okay, tell me the formula of waiting time. How we can calculate? Arrival time minus serve time. Okay. Any alternate solution rather than this formula? Okay. What is meant by turnaround time?
Ma'am, it is the total amount of time spent by the process from coming in ready state for the first time before completion.
Okay. And formula? How to calculate turnaround time?
Exit time minus arrival time.
Have you read it from the internet, Piyush?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Tell me the input variables are required for execution of this program. Start from the basic one. What is our first requirement? Arrival time, execution time, waiting time. Then what is our main input to execute this program? Process, right? Very good. Then okay, moving towards our program. Okay, so basically we required arrival time, burst time, waiting time. Okay, then this total completion time and turnaround time. So total completion time we require to find out the turnaround time. Okay, then n means how many number of processes we required, and we required sum again to calculate the completion time of process. Okay, this is one kind of logic. You can apply your own logic and you can execute this program as well, not necessary to follow this logic. Okay, so initially all variables are set to 0 including array as well. Then we are printing the message, enter the number of processes. So n number of processes we are required. Then depend on the n number of processes, we are going to put arrival time and burst time for each process. Okay, so these are the reading processes for the arrival time as well as for the burst time. Okay, after that, this for loop is used to calculate the completion time of process. This one is used for the turnaround time and this one is used for the waiting time. So
Ma'am,
with
your
the
voice is not visible.
Please present yourself.
okay. Wait. Is it visible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sorry for the inconvenience. So we required the number of variables are burst time, then arrival time, turnaround time, waiting time, and this is the calculation purpose. We use the CT variable, which is completion time of processes. Then we required n number of processes, and to calculate the completion time, we required some variable. Okay. Then this is total turnaround time and waiting time. Then we are putting the message for entering the n number of processes. So this is message, enter the number of processes, and we read that value into variable n. Then we have to enter the arrival time and burst time for each process. Okay, so in for loop we are going to enter the n number of arrival time of processes and burst time processes according to variable. As we already mentioned here, we used AT variable for the arrival time and BT variable for the burst time. Then we use the different for loops for the calculation of the complete time of process, turnaround process, and the waiting time. So with the help of example, I am going to execute these loops. Okay. So suppose these are our processes. So here we are going to enter 3 number of processes with arrival time 0, burst time 3. Then for second one 2 1 and for the third one 4 5. Okay. So now first we have to calculate the completion time of each process. So this is our column completion time. So how to calculate that? For that, initially the value of sum is 0 and we are going to consider the burst time. So for the first process, the burst time is 3, and as initially sum is equals to 0, so for time completion for the first process will be 3. Then for the second time, we have to add the value of sum plus the burst time for the of the second process. So this become 4. So 3 plus 1 gives us 4. And for the third one, again the total time of previous process plus the burst time of the current process. So 4 plus 5 gives us answer 9. So in this way we can find out the completion time of all the processes in CT variable. Similarly, we can find out the turnaround time with the help of the formula, that is completion time minus arrival time. So this is very easy. So for the first process, the completion time is 3 and the arrival time is 0. So 3 minus 0 gives us value 3. Then for the second one, 4 minus 2 gives us 2 and 9 minus 4 gives us 5. Okay. Then for the waiting time, we are going to use the turnaround time minus the burst time. Okay. So for first process, 3 minus 3 gives us 0, 2 minus 1 gives us 1, and 5 minus 5 gives us 0. So in this way, we can find out the turnaround time, waiting time, and completion time of each process. So just take a look of the code, and if you are done with this, then please let me know. So at the end, we can find out the average turnaround time and average waiting time. Shall I proceed with the execution of program?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay. So my program name is fcfs.c and /a.out. Okay, then enter the number of processes 3. Then enter the arrival time and burst time. So 0, 3, 2, 1, 4, 5. Okay. So this is final outcome. So for calculation of CT, we have to follow 0 plus 3 gives us 3. Then this is completion time for the first process plus the burst time of second one gives us the completion time for the second process, and again 4 plus 5 plus 9 which gives us the completion time for the third process. Okay, similarly with the help of formula we can find out the turnaround time and the waiting time.